graduates with 0 to 2 years work experience. So I would say congratulations to you all. You're welcome on board. Grab your pen, grab your paper. I keep emphasizing on this because it is important that you note everything that you've learned here. There's going to be activities that will follow, and you need to make reference to them. So you're welcome. Thanks for distinguishing yourselves by your commitment to this process. Yeah, you deserve some accolades. As you know, Getwork Nigeria, which is the acronym for Graduate Employability Training Workshop, is a graduate empowerment initiative aimed at helping fresh graduates transit into the work environment effectively and efficiently. We are able to bridge the gap between your classroom experience and workplace experience through our periodic mentorship and training programs, which is free, I must say. We also work with employers of labor to connect our crop of well-trained and employable graduates to available jobs. Your commitment to learn, unlearn, and relearn will surely distinguish you from other graduates, and we can't wait to support you through this process. With regards to the program, I would like you to note the following carefully, especially for people who are just joining for the first time. It is important you know that the program runs from 3rd to 28th of April, not March. For 4 weeks, you will be trained and mentored by industry experts on those topics, and there will be a follow-up WhatsApp group and Zoom sessions only on Mondays. So this training only happens on Mondays at 6 p.m. Prompt. And any questions you have, you can ask them here, and there can be a follow-up on WhatsApp. There will also be follow-up practical assignments, which will be expected to submit every Friday, and to be reviewed by our mentorship team. You're expected to attend all 4 sessions, although giving concessions to some of the participants, but you're expected to attend all the 4 sessions to be able to get the benefits that comes with this program. You might not proceed with us into the next week if you're unable to attend previous sessions, yeah? And then we encourage you to follow and like all. This is very important. You are expected to follow and like all our social media handles. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, we're on those 4 social media pages. It's important you follow and like our programs. This is coming to you for free, and so you should be able to create more impact for free by following and liking these pages. We give priority to our qualified and committed participants, and this is also a sign of your commitment. We are committed to assisting top participants secure a job placement. Yes, we are committed to that. We have partner companies that we work with that need staff that are within your level of experience, and they are more open to people that have gone through our mentorship and training programs. So our criteria for assessment, as I've written in the chat box, you might want to look at that. I'll quickly move on to bring in a compare for today. Sheyi to introduce our first speaker for today and then take on the floor. Thank you very much. My name is Bumi Jasmine Omeke. I'm the convener and co-founder for Getwork Nigeria.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. So my name is Sheyi. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second session of our Getwork Nigeria program. Thank you so much, Mrs. Bumi Jasmine Omeke. So today we are going to be having 2 speakers. So what I want to do is, if you know you were here last week, can I see your emojis in the chat box, please? I just want to see your emojis, any of your favorite emojis, just to know that we have some people returning. The last phenomenal session, if you were here, please let me see your emojis in the chat. Thank you so much. Olamide, thank you, Oluwaseun. So anyone else that was here, please just put it. And if you can remember anything from the last session, you can also drop maybe a word or a phrase that you learned, because we learned from Miss Y, and we also learned from Mrs. Bumi as well. 2 fantastic sessions last week. So this week, we are going to be learning from 2 people as well. So we are going to be learning from Omotimirin Adeola, and also Anthony Hines. So I'll be introducing the first speaker now. Welcome, Ma. Omotimirin Adeola Oyekpeju. Welcome. So she's a chartered supply chain professional with over 13 years of vast professional experience in the energy, oil, and gas industry, spanning the downstream, midstream, upstream, and future energy. Wow. She has core expertise in strategy and advisory, supply chain management, logistics, and sales operations, project and developmental finance, amongst others within the oil and gas multinationals and private oil and gas industries in Nigeria. Adeola is an alumni of University of Warwick, UK, University of Lagos, and Chicago Institute of Business, USA. If you're excited, you can be dropping your emojis in the comments. We are going to be using the comment section a lot so that the session is very, very interactive. So Adeola has worked with several organizations, including Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company, Video Oil and Gas Limited, Petrogap as the head, Petrogap Oil and Gas Limited, Strom Global Oil and Gas Limited, and NNPC, among others. You can see I'm mentioning a lot of top oil companies in Nigeria. If you know you want to work there, start dropping your emojis now because she's about to give us fire today. So she also worked at Petrogap as the head of upstream department and as strategy manager at Strom Global, where she developed strategies to achieve total business structure from the onset of 0 naira. She started from what? 0 naira to an excess of, wait, 1 billion naira turnover. Guess in how many months? In just 6 months, from 0 to 1 billion. In fact, today is going to be awesome. So she's also a member of Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply Management Nigeria. Anything chartered, just know that that is top, top, top. So you are getting what you're getting today is from the best of the best. So you should anticipate in advance. So she's also a member of Project Management Institute Nigerian chapter and has certifications in project management, SAP ERP, and business development with a proven track record of winning customers, minimizing losses, positive results, leading startup turnaround efforts, and using innovative ideas to efficiently maximize costs and speed up profit generation. Adeola currently works in the oil and gas sector of the Nigerian Public Service, where she manages a business office. As a consultant and trainer, she has mentored several upcoming businesses with major focus on profitability, ensuring the companies make good returns on investment within realistic payback period. She sits on the board of several organizations, both as an executive and non-executive level, contributing her bespoke expertise in strategic management to help move the organizations to their next levels. She is happily married with an heir apparent. Now, guys, please let us welcome Omotimirin Oyekpeju Adeola. Please, I need to see your emojis in the comment section, please, as we welcome her to the stage to give us hot today. And please, as she's talking, if any of the things she says resonates with you, I need us to please be using the comment section. Just be dropping your emojis. Any word she says that that hits you, just drop it there so that the section can be very, very interactive. That's what we wanted. We want it to be interactive. We want it to be interesting as well. So please, guys, we want to see your emojis in the comment section and your comments as well, as she's giving us hot today. So please join me to welcome her to the stage. Also, before I forget, please, after her section, we have a 15-minute slot for question and answer. So as she's giving it to us hot, be writing, let your notes be full. Keep your questions ready because she's ready for you after everything. Okay, thank you very much. Welcome, guys, and welcome, Ma. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Shady, for the introduction and more than well-deserved introduction. Let me try and share my screen now.
Gordon, do you want to? Okay, Mrs. Omotimirin, there's a bit of technical issue here because he needs to be admitting people as a host for him to be able to admit people. So yeah, can you share your screen?
Now.
Okay. Yeah, I made that the host already.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Can I please, Mrs. Omotimirin, before you start, ma?
You said?
Can you hear me? Yes.
I can hear you.
Can you please help me do this? Just help me like check. There will be a like an admit in pop up on your screen.
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Happy holiday.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying your holiday, and I hope you're not part of your holidays or Easter enjoyment if you're Christian. Thank you, Shay, for the introduction. But before I start, I really like to give the background introduction, my personal introduction and background. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I was once a graduate like you all. I wish I could see all of you. I wish I could know your names, and I would have really loved to be an interactive session, but we don't have that much time. So what we'll do is I'll have my presentation, and then after the presentation, we'll have questions and answers. And I hope we have enough time to cover all the questions. Okay, so I'll give you a brief introduction into my background. The reason why I'm doing this is because you are graduates. I was once a graduate like you. I want you to be able to I want you to understand and feel what I felt when I was a graduate. And, because, I had this drive, this vision, this, to make it, to work, in a certain industry. So, I understand where graduates have been, where they are right now, especially fresh graduates. I know, how the hustle is, and, you have a lot of expectations and all that. Some of you, the expectations have been cut off in some areas. Some of you have almost given up, but, that's why I'm here to explain to you and to let you know that you can get your dream job and then align the right skills for the right job so that you can do well also. Okay, so I'll start by my brief introduction. I finished from University of Lagos. I studied urban and regional planning. While I was in uni, I had worked in media industry. I worked in the bank. Now that is not on my CV because, it's a lot. So I worked in the bank, the mortgage bank. I worked in the media industry as a channel manager. I worked also at, I had my internship in Shell Nigeria Exploration Production Company, that's Shell in Lagos, all in Lagos. So after then, I had done urban and regional planning. And urban and regional planning basically is, how it is when you're trying to go into school, you want to be an engineer, you want to be, but you don't just get that right course, and then you end up being and then you end up studying, a course that was given to you. And then you're like, no, I don't want this. I want to move ahead. But how do I move ahead? How do I switch? And that was the issue I had. So while I was working in school, I was doing different jobs, to get experience and to know, okay, where do I really fit? What do I want to really be? And so I went to, so when I went to Shell, I had my industrial attachment with Shell. So I noticed, okay, so I'm enjoying this project management, yes. Customer service, oil and gas industries, the standard, I really enjoyed all that. And I said, okay, so this is what I want to do. Okay, but how do I get to where I want to be? Now, urban and regional planning is tailored towards the government. It's the government that basically they probably it's not the government. Town planning, new urban areas, and I'm like, this is not what I want to do, I want to go into the oil and gas industry. And then I said, okay, so I can't do this. And I had my NYC. So I had my NYC in NNPC. And I was like, okay, so I learned more about oil and gas industry. Okay, so that was good for me. And I said, okay, so what do I do? How do I get certifications? And I'm saying, okay, the first thing I needed to do was, I need to do my master's. I want to do my master's in something that is tailored towards the oil and gas industry. So that, I will be able to go into the oil and gas industry. Okay, I said, okay, what kind of course should I do? I had to go for a good school because, I needed that knowledge because I'm coming out fresh from, I needed that knowledge. I'm a fresh graduate. I don't have that much experience. And so what I did was that I taught at the University of Warwick, and I saw a course, engineering business management. Now, it was not just about the course. It was about the models. It was about the models, the whole combination of the models, the project management, supply chain, logistics and operations, strategic marketing, those courses. I look at those courses and I'm like, okay, so what do I need? Now, before I had gone for my master's, I'd actually consulted some of friends, employees with oil and gas industries. I'm like, okay, so what kind of course can I do? What kind of models do you think that will help me if I get into the oil and gas industry? So I consulted them and okay, so what kind of skills do I have? And I'm like, okay, so I got all this together and I said, okay, I'm good to go. I saw the courses available with different schools and I saw engineering business management. And I'm like, okay, so it had a combination of courses for me that suited me for the job I wanted to do in the oil and gas industry. So I did that. And after I got, after I was done from Warwick, I came back and I participated in Warwick. I participated in everything possible. I worked abroad. I was in the UK. I worked. I did marketing. I did customer service. I worked in Asda. I worked in APCO Group. I did business development training while I was there. I did SAP ERP while I was there. So I was acquiring skills. Now, I wasn't even sure of where I wanted to go to. Do you understand? The exact responsibilities. But I knew that these are the kind of skills that I have, natural traits that I have that I wanted to develop. So when I was done, I came back to Nigeria and I got a job with Video Nigeria Oil and Gas. And I was like, okay. And it was good. And I was good to be like, what they call it, a business development executive and to start a new business. And then I worked there on day and night to make sure the business was successful. So I did the whole packaging from setting up the business to getting suppliers in China, coming to Nigeria, that was when I found out that. So I was very good in buying and selling. Now, when I was in school, I used to do a lot of buying and selling from the boot of my car. I used to sell clothes, shoes, travel, buy this and that, but, I used to do that, but I didn't really know that, oh, I had a skill in this. I didn't know I was very good at it. So I did everything from, getting from the start to the finish, getting the goods, the products, the manufacturer, importing, logistics, operations, and then marketing to the end users. And then from the end users, making sure that it's profit, managing the profits, the samples, making sure that the schools, the shoes, PPE, safety items for oil and gas were of quality standard, So I was doing all that. And then from there, I made sure that, the business was profitable. And then I moved on to another oil and gas company, Petrogas, where I was the head of the upstream department. And then I actually brought in the highest amount they've actually received there. I did marketing, supply chain from start to finish, same thing. Then I went on to Strom Oil and Gas, where I started the business from scratch. They brought me in as a business strategy manager to start from scratch. And then I developed the business. I brought in a lot of, innovative solutions and all. And then we're able to do turnover over 6 months. They were into downstream, or Petrogas was upstream. And then from Strom, I moved on to NNPC, where I am currently. I've been here for the past 6 years, where I do supply chain. I also manage a business office in Lagos. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is I'm trying to explain to you where I started from and then where I am now. And what I'm trying to tell you now is that you can actually get to, nothing can stop you. You can actually get to where you want to get to. Do you understand? Everything is just, there are steps, there are procedures. You just have to be focused. You have to be dedicated. And most importantly, you have to believe in yourself. Okay, so now, can everybody see my screen? Can everybody see my screen? Can just somebody let me see.
Yes, I can see your screen. I don't know. I
That's
think
fine.
others should be able to see your screen if I can.
Yes, I can see your screen. I can see the first slide.
All right.
Getting your
Okay.
dream job aligning. Yes.
All right,
Please
that's
use
fine.
the
Just
chat
want to be
box.
sure.
You can always respond on the chat box, please. Thank you.
Okay. All right, no problem. Okay, so I'm moving to what I'm going to be talking about today is getting your dream job, aligning the right skills for the right job. So I'll first start with entrepreneur or intrapreneur. How to identify your goals and dreams, how to identify and evaluate your skills, developing a plan, taking action, evaluate and adjust, getting job invitations. Okay, so now the reason why I'm starting with this is entrepreneurship versus entrepreneurship. Now, it happens when you are much younger, you're just leaving school and you just see this man, this big man, and just be like, I want to be like that big woman. Or you just see a successful woman, and like, I want to be like that woman. But you don't even know if you're supposed to be like that woman. You don't even know if you have the skills, if you have the natural, skills to be like that woman or that big man. And that's why I really want to start with this. So because you need to understand yourself. So entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. With an entrepreneur, a person who starts his or her own business with an idea or concept. Now, with an entrepreneur, an employee who promotes innovative ideas within the limits of an organization. Now, let me tell you, some people will be like, if you're not an entrepreneur, you will not make it. You can only make it as an entrepreneur. Now, that's not true. There are billionaires, there are entrepreneurs. Can I tell you something? Some people will never ace an interview. They are meant to be an entrepreneur. No matter how much they try, they won't just do well at interviews. It's not for them. It's not convenient for them. They won't do well at interviews. Or they might not even do well at tests. They don't even have the patience for tests or interviews. Or they may not even with the ace interviews or tests. When they start whatever job, they will not even last. Those kind of people are supposed to be entrepreneurs. But there are some people that their skills are basically entrepreneurs. There was a time I wanted to start my business and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Yes. And then I woke up one morning, I'm like, okay, I'm going to resign. I'm going to start my business. And I woke up one morning and I woke up and I saw it was 11 o'clock and I'm like, what? When I was working with this man, I used to wake up like at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. What's wrong with me? And the next day, I woke up at 11, 12. It's not everybody that's supposed to be an entrepreneur. Like you can do well as an entrepreneur also. So you have to know. But there's some people that also have the skills of entrepreneurship. Or some people that they will start as an entrepreneur and then end up as an entrepreneur. It depends on what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it and the skills that you have. So I'm going to explain to you that, see, if you have the traits of an entrepreneur, it's better for you to just start and not waste time. Now, what I mean that is that start acquiring skills. Do you understand? For whatever you want to start. I know somebody that she started with tailoring, she wants to be an entrepreneur, then she started with, a friend of mine that started with printing, pottery. Now she's in Brazil, she has shops everywhere. I know somebody that was a shoemaker. He started as a shoemaker and he didn't want to work for anybody. And he just wanted to be a shoemaker. And then he just started. Now he's the owner of Titi Doc. And what he does is basically selling shoes. And he has a branch in Dubai. He has branches in Abuja and Lagos. Now, Titi Doc never did well with school. I'm sorry to say about that. I'm exposing him. But he's not the kind of person that is very intelligent and smart, but he's not the kind of person that wants to go to school, But he knew what he wanted to do and he was very good at it. And he said, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Now, for an entrepreneur, you will have skills of, you must be a value creator. You must be able to, turn around things. And the good thing about it is that as an entrepreneur, you have available company resources, there's less risk for you. Do you understand? The only main challenge you have is like the company's culture, like you must resume at this time, you must dress like this, you must behave like this. But apart from that, you are working under someone, so you get all the resources you need. Every connection you need, you might even be able to get it easily than when you are on your own. So you have to understand what entrepreneurship is, and you have to understand where you are and where you want to be. So what I said, it was entrepreneurship, the skills they start on their own, procure on their own, independent, assume themselves, and then others. And for entrepreneurs, they start in the initiatives with an existing business provided by the company. Dependency, they're dependent also. They're dependent on the company. The risk is taken by the company, not them. And then the company receives financial reward. Now, some people cannot stand that. I know it happens to me. It happens to me a lot of times. When you make huge amounts for the company, and the company is taking all the glory, and all that. But you have to be able to be patient to work with someone. So you have to know where. Now, I'll go to identifying your goals and your dreams. First of all, you have to set your goal. Now, for your goals, you have to set your goals. You have to make a plan. You have to get to work. You have to stick to it, and you have to reach that goal. Now, I'm going to explain all these steps to you, but I want to just know this is all it entails, and it's not as difficult as you think. So, how do you stay positive on your goal? The first thing you have to do is to write down. Now, a lot of people do a lot of thinking. I want to be like this, I want to be like that. It starts with a pen and a paper, or you can type it. But it starts with that, because you know why? Because when you write something down, you have the opportunity of going back to it and looking at it. And so even when you want to give up, you can still look at it and say, I want to be like this, and I'm not giving up, and I'm going to do it. Make your goal smart. Let your goal be specific. So you want to say, I want to be rich. Some people will be like, I want to be rich. I want to be very rich. I want to be wealthy. Do you understand? You have to be specific. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to be a doctor. That is rich. Do you understand? I want to be an engineer. I want to be a business developer. I want to be an IT administrator. I want to be a project manager. Let your goal be specific. Also, let your goal be measurable. You have to be able to measure it. How do you want to see yourself? You have to be able to measure what your goal is. You have to be able to achieve it. That's something achievable. Not just like, okay, so I want to be God. How do you want to achieve that? You can't achieve that. It has to be something that you achievable. It has to be relevant. Okay, so it has to be something that is helping people. Is a form of contribution to the society. So it has to be something that is relevant, and it has to be time bound. So you want to be something. It has to be, I want to be doctor by so and so year after I finish this. Do you understand? I want to be a project manager by so and so time. I want to achieve this by this time. I want to do this. I want to be an entrepreneur, start a business by this time. Let it be that way. Connect your short-term and long-term goals. So what do you want to do now? Yes, you want to be, that doesn't mean you want to own a hospital at this time, or you want to get this job. Okay, so I want to be a manager, a managing director in Shell Nigeria. That's a long-term goal. You cannot have it tomorrow. You cannot have it now. So you have to be able to connect your short-term and your long-term goal. What are the things that you want to achieve within this short period of time? What do you want to do within this short period of time? What qualification, what training do you want to achieve to short term? And then connect it to, okay, being a managing director or being whatever, a manager. Do you understand? These are the steps I need to take to get manager. So you connect the two together. Make sure that it is personally meaningful. Don't just do it because, it is something like doing, it's tech. These are people like just run around with anybody, anything that really, it's tech that I'm moving to tech. Oh, no. They're recruiting doctors in the UK. I'm going to be a doctor. Oh, they're doing, so they're moving with, let's be personally meaningful. You have to check if there's intrinsic motivation, like within you. You have to be motivated that I want to do this. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. Not because anybody's doing it, because I know that I'm good at it, because I know I can do it. because I know I have the skills, because I know I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to take everything that comes with it. You have to have that motivation within you, narrowing enough to make it feel real. It has to feel real to you. You have to believe it, that you can do it. Identify obstacles and distractions. That's what distractions. See, they're not good. I'll just let you down and say you cannot do it, and you cannot achieve it, that this dream is too big for you. Do you understand? You have to identify those obstacles. I'm like, no, don't talk to me. Don't talk about that to me. That's my business. Do you understand? Let's go of people that are not letting you believe that you can achieve your dream. Do you understand? You have to adjust your environment to support you. The kind of environment you are in, where you go to, are they the ones that are bringing you down? You have to make sure that you're in an environment of people that are motivating you, people that are counseling you, that supports you. You have to get high quality supportive people. Now, if you want to work in the industry, like I explained to you, when I wanted to work in the oil and gas industry, I was going for my master's. I called on some people, I called some people in the industry. I was asking them, okay, what do you think I can do? Which kind of masters can I do? What are the courses you think I can do that will help me in the oil and gas industry, that will help me to secure a job in the oil and gas industry? Create plans with steps and milestones. Just create a plan. I'm going to do this course today. I'm going to do supply chain course. I'm going to do procurement. I'm going to contract course. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to achieve it by the middle of this year. Do you understand? Let there be a milestone. Write it down. Put it down. By the end of this year, I want to achieve this. Write it down. Develop your inner game, and you have to believe in yourself. No matter what it is, no matter the economy, no matter what you are facing, you have to believe in yourself. You have to have that self-belief that you can actually do it. You can actually get it. No matter what, no matter where you are, no matter the economy, no matter even if you're abroad, it's too cold, no matter what, you have to believe that you can. And then you have to celebrate small victories. Please, if you achieve one training, no matter how small training, people are doing, celebrate yourself. Buy a wine and pop that champagne and say, yes, I did it. Yes, I made it. Celebrate those small victories. There are times where, let me tell you something, that you cannot always have 100% all the times. It's not every time you have success. Sometimes you can have some little failures. Do you understand? And that does not mean that, that's the end. Everybody had failure one time or the other. There is nobody alive that has not had failures in any way before. Do you understand? If it's not in this, it's in that. Do you understand? It's part of moving forward. Do you understand? It's part of learning. You have to sometimes, make mistakes, failures, and then you learn. And then you readjust again. And then I'm going to go into identifying and evaluating your skill. So identifying and evaluating your skill is a process of self-assessment and reflection, as well as seeking feedback from others. Here are some steps that you can take to identify identify and evaluate your skills. Now you have to make a list of all your skills. Now we don't have a lot of time, but I would have loved for everyone to have a biro and a pen. Write your skills, and you can write these things down, and you can do them later, because you're going to need people also. You can do them later because it will really help you. As a graduate, you need to know the skills that you're good at. You need this because you need to know where you fit in. You don't want to make so many mistakes doing jobs that you don't fit in, going for jobs that you don't fit, applying for jobs that you don't fit in, and then you'll be wondering why there's so much rejection. You'll be wondering why. Do you understand? Everybody has a skill. Everybody in this world has a skill. There's nobody that is dumb. You just have to find that thing that you're good at and then focus on it. Analyze your strength and weakness. That's what I was just mentioning to you now. You need to know what you're good at. I need to know what your weakness is. And then turn your weaknesses into strength, and also your strengths. Do you understand? And build on your strengths. Analyze your strengths and build on it. Seek feedback from others. Some people don't like feedback. I always tell people, say, please, when I do something wrong, in fact, I won't tell my colleagues, please tell me. I prefer to learn than for me to just be wondering, why does somebody not like me? Or why does somebody not passing me? Why is somebody not appraising me? Hey, this person is wicked. This person doesn't like me. I don't like that. I rather get feedback. So I love feedback. When I do something, I ask for feedback. How did it go? How did training go? Do you think there's something I could have done better? I ask for feedback from others. Don't be ashamed. You are learning from it. Don't be ashamed to ask for feedback. Assess your skills against your job requirements. Like I told you, I wanted to be in the oil and gas industry. You know, when I started, when I was a graduate from ULAG, I didn't know I was going to be a supply chain. I had no idea I was going to be in supply chain. I was thinking about marketing and business development, you know, but as a result of, you know, identifying and evaluating my skills, I am so good in buying and selling logistics, you know, I'm so good in procurement cases, contracts. And then I found out I was really good in supply chain. And you know, a lot of people like, oh, supply chain guru, supply chain guru. I went ahead, I did my chartered. I did like 3 courses before I did that. And I went to, you know, and I went on to do my chartered. I did for like 3 years, you know, to be chartered in supply chain. Take assessments. You need to assess yourself. And you need to be doing a lot of training, assessments, exams. Some people will run away from exams. I don't know why. Now, let me tell you one thing about exams and all this training, all these courses. Now, it's not about passing. You know, I keep talking to when I had some trainings, I keep talking to people, and I say it's not about passing. It's not about, you know, passing. It's about the knowledge, getting the knowledge. You know, you need the knowledge. That is what takes you forward. So it's not about being the best. When I was doing my master, they told us that it's not about getting distinction. Distinction is good, yes, but it's about the knowledge. It's about the knowledge that you acquire, that you can use in the future, that you can use in when you get a job, when you're working with companies, that you can use for yourself as an entrepreneur. Then reflect on your experiences. Now, some of you guys have little experiences. You have to dwell on it. When you were in school, you're working with, you know, some small companies, even in, you know, places such as, you know, even in church. Some people, they start their career. Do you understand? In religious places, they were the admin there, or they were the musician there, I'm just saying, or they were in charge of logistics there. Then you'll be shocked. Dwell on these experiences that you have. Now, what I'm going to do now is a little bit of an exercise. I'm going to tell you, I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'll just discuss it with you, and then you can go ahead after the this presentation, you can go ahead and do it. Now, you can create 2 charts like you can see on the screen, soft skills and hard skills. And then these are the skills that are personal to you. Hard skills are related to technical knowledge, training, and learning abilities. For example, marketing, project management, database. These are the ones that you learn. You know, soft skills are personal traits. Some people are so good in PR. Some people are good they have leadership qualities. Some people have team working ability. They are very good working with teams. You know, you have to have these skills. You have to know these skills, and you have to, you know, this is how to identify your skills. Now, have these 2 charts, soft skills, hard skills, and then list them out. Then, with the second chart, you now get, like, you know, trusted network of people that you know, people that are close to you, you know, and you share these soft skills and hard skills that you believe you possess. And then you could call your families, your friends, your colleagues, connections, social media, LinkedIn, asking them, you know, to help you broaden your skills. So what they think about you, you know, tell them to list it, you know, like, okay, so what you think my soft skills, like, you know, the skills that you think that, you know, you can see based on the experiences that you've had with me at work and others. Now, just like I mentioned, list the skills and the strengths that you currently have, and believe you have and keep this for reference later on. Identify 4 people. So now I want you to take 4 people that you know that you can trust. They can be 2 from your people that really know you, like your siblings or close people, your uncles, you know, that are more mature. Let them be able to identify, you know, your skills. Tell them, let them tell you about yourself. And then 2 other people that are former colleagues, classmates. Then ask each person to sit down with you and give you some thoughts on the following. What do you enjoy doing? What have they seen you being good at? What are you brilliant at? What do they think you find easy to do? What have you done that may have seemed impressive? Make sure they are truthful, make sure they are honest. You want to get an honest opinion because you need to know and identify and evaluate your skills. So once you have spoken to your colleagues, families, and friends, compare and contrast the skills that they have mentioned. And then look at them with what you wrote. Are they the same? If not, are they different? Is there anything that surprised you, like that you didn't notice in this? And if so, why? Do you see any patterns between what you enjoy and what you are good at? Can you see how some of these skills and talent can relate to some of the roles that you've held or some of the roles that you want to hold? Are there any other patterns that you see? The next step is to think about where you might like to go with these skills, how you would like to use them, where you think you can fit in with your career and the role that is right for you. Now, you may wish to repeat the exercise again, because if you don't get what you actually want, you can repeat it again and get a different set of people, even if it's a different industry of people, and ask a different set of questions. All you are trying to do is identify your skills and evaluate your skills. Now, once you have done that, you need to develop a plan. Create a plan that outlines the steps you need to take to develop your skills. I told you when I found out that I was so good in supply chain, I used to solve a lot of procurement cases, I was good in logistics and operations. What did I do? I went ahead, I did qualifications, I did trainings in supply chain. I went ahead and learned the software that they use in supply chain, SAP ERP, SAP material management. I went ahead to do all that. Now, that has not only helped me, that helped me to get promotions, that helped me to be noticed in my organization. Because not only that am I good in it, I didn't just say I'm good in them, I kept reading, developing myself, with qualifications. I have mentors and coaches that I call once in a while when I'm having an issue. Okay, so how do you think about this? What can I do about this? Then I learn. I learn from them. Then what do I do? Some people just think and think a lot. Some people are so good at thinking. If you open their brains, what you'll be seeing in their brains is so many things that have not been done. You have to stop thinking. Now, thinking is good because, you have to think before you actualize something. But you have to just not only think. You have to, take action and say, I'm going to do this. And you'll be shocked at the support you will get when you take the action. You'll be able to identify your skills. You'll be able to evaluate it that this is what you are good at. But you'll be able to say, okay, I want this job. What do I need to do? You need to develop that skill. If you're in the IT sector, things are changing every day. Things are improving every day. If you just say you want to stay where you are, they will pass you by. And you'll be wondering why you are not able to secure that job that you have been looking for. You have to be able to develop that skills, set achievable milestone. By end of this month, I want to do this. I want to be here. I want to have done this training. I want to have achieved this. By the end of this year, by the end of this quarter, I want to have achieved this. And you have to track your progress. And that's why I said, write it down, put it down, have a book, write it down and say, I want to do this. I want to achieve this. And this is where I want to be. Now, please don't feel bad when you go back to your book and say, oh, I was supposed to achieve this, I've not achieved this. Don't feel bad. You have achieved something by just even putting it down. And by taking that action, you have achieved it. The most important thing is that you keep pressing on and you keep saying, I am going to make it. You have to believe in yourself. You are a graduate. You're not different from any other person that has made it from when they started to be a graduate. Now, remember, evaluate and adjust. Periodically evaluate your progress towards your goals, adjust your plans as needed, celebrate your successes, learn from your failures, and continue to work towards aligning your skills with your goals and dreams. It's a circle. You evaluate, you adjust, you repeat again. You have to constantly, continue to evaluate your progress. How am I doing? I said I was going to do this course at this time. How am I doing? Have I been able to achieve it? Okay, if I'm not able to achieve it, okay, let me change. Okay, so I'll not be able to achieve it in May. Okay, let me change it to June. I'll achieve it in June. And then in June, I passed. Celebrate it. No matter how small the course is, celebrate it. When you have finished this training or this presentation, celebrate it. You've learned, you've acquired knowledge, celebrate it. Learn from your failures. You might want to be, you have the skills for a particular a job or something, and maybe because you just did one course and you didn't pass, and you now think, I was lying, Joe. I don't think it might not be. It might just be that you just need to read more, or you need to have the right training, and then you will succeed. So the fact that you don't pass a course or you don't, that does not mean. Everybody has a failure story. Everybody does. And you'll be shocked at their failure stories. When I was talking, when I heard about Tony Lemelu, I don't know if a lot of you know him, and is the CEO for UBA Bank. I don't know, United Bank of Africa. If you hear his history, Tony Lemelu is popular, you know, as a philanthropist and all. He finished with second class lower, and then bank were not admitting second class lower, just second class upper. And then he believes himself. He started developing himself, and then said, I'm going to get this job. I'm going to work in the bank, and I'm going to be at the top of the bank. I'm going to be one of the managers. And guess what he did? He kept on developing himself. The success he has achieved now, a lot of people that finished with distinction have not even achieved it. They did not even get to where he is right now. You just have to believe in yourself. You know, celebrate your successes. Now, remember that aligning your skills with your goals and dreams is an ongoing process. It doesn't stop. Some people, when they become a manager, when they get that dream job, I have achieved. And that's where they stop. It doesn't stop there. You have to continue developing yourself. Now, this world is changing. A lot of things are changing. Now, me, like, you can't tell me something is up, and me, I'm not going to, I'm going to look for it. I'll check Google. I'll check everywhere. You can't tell me there's a new software, I don't know about it. How is it? Even if it's not in my industry, I'll still learn about it. You can't tell me there's no social media, or there's a new, LinkedIn occupational, you know, media or something, I would learn. If it's not relating to my job and I'm learning about it, I must know it and I must learn it. Is there a new software that they're using for logistics and supply chain? I will learn it. It doesn't cost me anything. You can never know when to be useful. No knowledge is lost. Goals, and it may take time and effort to achieve your desired outcome. But with patience, persistence, and a commitment to self-improvement, you can work towards achieving your goals and realizing your dreams. It is possible. Don't let anybody tell you that it is not possible. It is possible. Now, before I finish, I want to just quickly explain this getting job invitation, because, you know, a lot of people have issues with this. You know, I was speaking to a family friend the other day, and, you know, he's so intelligent. He finished with the first class, and he's in the UK. And now he's finished with a distinction in his master's, and he can't even secure a job. And I'm like, see, my first job, before I secured my first job, I did about 350 applications. I'm sure people wonder, what? Some people do more than that. Every day, I sit down and apply for a job. Now, at that time, I just wanted a job because I was like, I can't stop sitting down. So, funny enough, I got jobs in industries I did not want. So I rejected them. But, you know, I learned from the interviews and all. Do you understand? The interviews, I was able to learn to be able to secure the job that I want. So you have to apply. I told him, I said, you are doing your master's. I know you are busy. You already have your undergrad results, which is a good result. I know you are busy doing your master's, but how do you do your master's? Apply. Now, I learned this from when I was doing my master's. There was a girl that was doing her master's when I was doing my master's. And then she was telling me that, and we go to the library together while I'm busy, you know, doing my research work and everything. She was like, oh, she is doing her research work also. She is doing her research papers, but she's also applying for jobs. And she's also doing tests. I was like, I'll do that later. Let me focus on my master's. I'm like, guess what? When we were graduating and we're all doing, you know, we're all wearing our robes and all, she already got a job at NatWest Bank. So we had to wait till when we finished our graduation to start applying for jobs. And you can imagine the time it took us. We didn't believe it was going to take us that long, but she was applying immediately. She started her master's. Start now. If you want to get a job, you start applying for your jobs now. Optimize your job search profile. Join every job site. Every job, you know, there are some job sites. Look at their LinkedIn. Of course, you should have LinkedIn. You should even have LinkedIn before you finish school. Do you understand? You should have LinkedIn. You should be updating your LinkedIn profile. Every course you do, update it. Every job you do, update it. Update your LinkedIn profile. And then who are the people that you follow on LinkedIn? Like what I used to do when I was in the I used to follow a lot of HR. Human resource personnel, I follow a lot of them, all of them in the industry I want to work in. So all the IOCs, international oil and gas companies, I followed all of them. Because when they are posting, there's a job, there's a this, there's that. How would you know? By saying it. Do you understand? And then your job search profile on LinkedIn, update it also regularly. Then there's something I always do also. Okay, so you want to work as an engineer in Shell. Do you know what I do? I just go to LinkedIn. I Google all around the world, Shell engineers in Shell, and I look at their profile. And that's how I'm able to know what qualification I'm going to do next. I look at their profile and say, this person achieved that qualification is working there. I'm going to go and do it. Okay, this person has the skills. I'm like, I'm going to see if I can acquire this skill. Do you understand? That's what I keep doing. I just keep looking for, this company, I'm looking at this company. Okay, even if my organization, I look at the people that are managed, the people that are top, people that are directors. Do you understand? I look at their profile. I'm like, okay, so he has this. Oh, that might be why he got there. That might be the knowledge that he acquired. I was able to solve all those cases. I want to be a lawyer. Look at the son. What have they done? Do you understand? What training did they go? Which books did they read? Which training did they go for? Customize your resume and your cover letter. It is something that you have to really do. Don't have a 10-page CV that will stress somebody from reading it. Have a CV that once I look at it, because really, they take 1 minute or 2 minutes to look at your CV and your cover letter. They don't take long because they have a lot of things to do. Nobody is busy. Give them what they want. They want, what have you achieved? Not, I can do. What have you achieved? Do you understand? The little experience you have, you're a graduate, just want to know, can you do this? What have you achieved? The little jobs, the little things that you have learned. Apply for jobs regularly, every day. I apply for jobs every day. I was applying for jobs every day. Yes. There's some jobs I applied for that one that like, they now called me and say, okay, take the job. They're like, okay, I'll pay you anything. I'm like, I'm sorry. I was almost going to apologize to them that I'm sorry, I just applied because I apply every day for jobs. But, but I didn't take the jobs because I was just focused on, I have a goal. I have a dream job. I want to work in the oil and gas industry. And then I ended up working in the oil and gas industry. And I moved from one oil and gas company to the other, and to the other. And I'm still moving, and I'm still learning, and I'm still doing a lot of courses. So I would like to end here. I hope I've been able to meet a bit of your expectations. And so now I'll be going to questions. And then please, you can unmute your mics. I have to check the chat, check if there's questions. So you can unmute your mic. How long do I have to go back now? See questions.
Okay, so Sheyi can take over. I'm sure Sheyi has been reading the chat room to know, to see the questions that are being asked. So I'll say Sheyi should take over because we have the second speaker online already.
No way. I want to ask you a question. I want to know, did you take a breath in that whole time you spoke? Did you breathe at all? You did an outstanding job. Outstanding. Not good, not fair, not kinda. You did outstanding.
Well, I'm used to talking, so maybe
you know what, Adeola? Can I give you a little tip about cover letters? I'm gonna give you a little tip. I'm gonna give you a little tip because what I do is I'm the second speaker. I'm gonna give this a little tip. When you do a cover letter, Adeola, okay? Take an Excel spreadsheet. On the left side, you put the task of what the job is looking for. On the right side, 2 columns, how you fit that task. Left, duty, right, your fit. Duty, fit, duty, fit. Then, when the HR generalist is looking at it, it takes them 10 seconds to see why you're a fit. Boom. You go into the next big column and you go into the pile because you made their life easy. You understand me? Because you're somebody that applies all the time, you're going to use this and you're going to be buried with interviews because you apply. So use that and see how it goes. Okay. And I want you to hang around with me when I talk, because I'm going to make your head pop. Because I'm going to give all these kids all these ideas, all this stuff that you were saying. I'm coming behind you with the cavalry. Okay. You did outstanding.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Thank you very much. I look forward to your presentation also.
Well, you got to hang around, because unlike you, I just have notes that I'm going to show the kids, and I'm going to show everybody, and I'm going to give you real world experiences about what happened to me. And then that way you're going to learn from somebody else. Okay?
Great, Anthony. Thank you. Let me just
All right.
let me quickly answer some questions.
Sure. I'll go back to mute. I just want to tell you, you did wicked awesome, as we say in Boston.
I'm sure you're going to bust our brains also. I look forward to your presentation also. Thank you.
I'll make them ooze fluid.
Okay. So you have a couple of questions in the chat room now. Yeah.
So I can see one that says here, how can I get sites to know where to see job opportunities? Now, go first to LinkedIn first. Update your LinkedIn profile. And there's a job search where you get to LinkedIn and say like job opportunities. You can register for job opportunities. It will tell you to streamline the kind of alerts that you want to be receiving. And then you'll be receiving alerts. Now, apart from that, there are Jobberman, Niger Hot Jobs. If you are abroad, you know, there are so many companies. So many. Even
we post, sorry to cut you short. Even we post closer job opportunities that we have with our partner companies. We post them on our Instagram page.
You just subscribe. You can subscribe to a lot of them. Now, you know, when you probably get a job or later, because right now I have to subscribe to a lot of them, but there are so many of them. You know, the thing about it is that as you keep searching and Googling for this job and all that, you'll be seeing a lot of job sites. Subscribe. And they send you job offers on a daily basis. Nigeria Hot Jobs, Jobberman, there are so many. Niger Hot Jobs, there's a list of them. There are so many of them. Then also, I can see a question here that says, I'm an electrical engineer looking for work for my IT. Where can I get most job opportunities on this? I just answered that. Then also, I wanted to mention this, that the fastest way to actually get jobs is through networking. Now, you can get jobs by applying, but the fastest way to get job is networking. You have to, your uncle, your auntie, your family friend, your neighbor, your church member, your social member. Those are the fastest way to get your jobs, to get jobs. They will tell you, oh, there's a job opening. Oh, they need somebody. Because guess what? Most employed people are actually true insiders. They're actually through network than through, most people get jobs through networks than even through applications. So you need to do a lot of talking to people. Now people are saying, what is entrepreneur? Which one should you choose between entrepreneur and entrepreneur? Okay, so maybe this person came in late, serialite. What I mentioned, I started with entrepreneur because I was saying that you have to know where your skills are, you know, suited. Like if you're an entrepreneur is being an innovative, you know, developing somebody's business and being innovative at that. If you're an entrepreneur ready to take risk, ready to find so you have to be able to know.
Hello guys, please can you mute if you're not speaking, please? Mute if you're not speaking. Adisa, please mute.
Okay.
Sorry about that, please.
All right. No problem. Let me go back to the chat. Okay, so entrepreneur, so you have to know where you fit in. So if you're an entrepreneur, it's better for you to start now. Like I explained, I mentioned a sample, like an example of someone, TT Doc is popular now. You can Google him. He started with shoes. He started making shoes at the back of his father's house. Now he knew that he couldn't work under somebody. He knew that he couldn't be writing tests and be passing. It's not everybody that will ace an interview. It's not everybody that will ace a test. So you have to know where your skills align so that you can start early and know where you need to be. And then if you're an entrepreneur, you know they're going to work for somebody. So, you have to acquire those skills, working in a team, being a leader, leadership skills, work on those teamwork ability. When you do jobs, they ask you for interviews. How do you ace those interviews? You have to be able to learn how to ace interviews by reading a lot of interview questions. Also, especially abroad in the UK, they do some simulation exercises where they'll put you in a group and they want to know how well you do in the group. Some of them will just watch you. Okay, how is your team working ability? Are you drawing everybody or you're doing yourself? You're just standing alone and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. They will not employ you. They want to look for how are you dragging that person that is not speaking? How are you dragging him into the conversation? How are you dragging her into the conversation? How are you making sure nobody left behind? Leadership qualities. What about time-taking skills? You start a simulation and they say, okay, so you have 10 minutes. And then you start, okay, so how do we do this? The first thing you have to do is, who is the timekeeper in the simulation? Okay, so let's know at each interval, how much time do we have left? They want to know all that. Do you understand? So, okay, let me just be fast with it because I know there's another presenter which we don't want to miss. We don't want to meet Anthony Hines. How do I get an international job online? Apply. Now, I won't tell you that it's not impossible to get an international. There are so many people getting international jobs. But you have to understand what the international market is looking for. And then you have to tailor it to what they want. Is it an IT course that you need to get? You can. Is it coding? So you have to understand what the international market is. There are a lot of international online job sites. I have a couple of them. I don't know if maybe I can put them up later, but there are a lot of international jobs online sites where you can get this from. But you have to understand that, you need to develop yourself. You need to acquire those skills that they want. Because for a fresh graduate, most jobs require exemption letter for NYSC. And with the issue of strike and age in Nigeria, what should one do about this? Now, with the NYSC, it has to do with the government. And if the government says that you have to get NYSC, you have to do it. And if the government says that you need an exemption letter, then you wait to get exemption letter. But what you can do is that you can do volunteer jobs. You can acquire skills. It's never a waste. Because let me tell you something. People want to know your experience and they want to know what you have done. Do volunteer jobs, unpaid jobs. Do you understand? And acquire those skills. Now, those skills you can put on your CV and you can add them to your CV. And they will help you go further. So when you actually get that, when you finally get the exemption letter, or when you finally go for your NYC, and then you can now, when I was waiting for my NYC, I had to wait 1 year for my NYC. That was the period I started working in a media station. I started working as an admin. I get a lot of experience from there. And then once I got my NYC, in fact, with the NYC, I was looking for where I could work. And immediately I put my letter, I applied to NNPC that, okay, see, they said, please, can I get a letter? I have this skill. They were really happy to take me. And that is why wherever I work, they don't even want me to leave. Because guess what? I am resourceful. I'm a positive influence to the organization. Do you understand? I bring about profitability to the organization. I enjoy cost savings and all. I learned all this while my experiences from school till now. So you have to continue. Can I connect with you when you're done? Yes, I think there's going to be a platform where we can connect and, we can continue to mentor. I think they have a plan for that. As an undergraduate specialized in music production and management or music journalism, how do I go about it after school? Music production and management. Okay, so that is a different industry from mine. But what you need to do is that you need to look for coaches and mentors in these industries. They're the ones that will guide you. Don't be shy. Now, what I've noticed is this. I've met people of LinkedIn that I don't know from anywhere. And they have mentored me and they have coached me. You need to be bold. What are the people that are doing the best? Guess what? They are ready. They are always ready to coach. Do you understand? You just have to do it in a respectable, honest way. You reach out to them and say, okay, please, I just want to mentor. How do I go about this? What do I need to do in this industry? I want to be a music, I want to go into music journalism, music production and management. They'll mentor you. They'll tell you what you need to do. Don't be shy. And once they tell you, don't just think about it. Act on it immediately. Don't believe that it's impossible. It's very much possible. So I think right here is where I take my leave. I apologize if I've taken a lot of time. I started late. I'm supposed to have like an hour. So thank you. I hope I've been able to convince you and assist you in aligning your skills with your dream job. Thank you very much.
I don't know what you did with them. You convinced me. You got me ready to go and quit my job and get 4 more jobs today. You're unbelievable. Anthony Robbins is nothing compared to you.
I'm sure you do so much.
I am telling you, you did a great job, and you just keep being that way. A secret regarding job search is people want enthusiastic people. Nobody wants somebody else's problem. They want somebody else's solution. They want that. And the fact is, you exude all of that positivity, because in today's world, positivity is a gift. So you exude that. So bring it. Adeola, bring it every day, every minute, every second. Sometimes it is the world. It's not you. Okay?
Thank you so much for that. I'll be going off now. I'm leaving the
stage. No,
you're
not. You're hanging with me. I need you to come back.
I'm still here. I'm just
not yet, Ma.
Okay, I need you to I want to make you a duet here. I don't want to do it myself.
No problem. That's good. No problem. I'll definitely be here. I'm here throughout. I just want to stop sharing my screen so I can give you the stage.
Woohoo! Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, we're ready. All right, who's next?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anthony. I can see you're so excited about this presentation.
Because of her. She's the one who made me excited. I was sleeping before I came. Then she woke me up.
It was a really, really, really amazing session. I have my notes here. It is full to the brim with so much value, so much knowledge, so much assignments as well. It was so interactive and so amazing. We just want to thank you, Ma. Thank you, Mrs. Omotimirin, Adeola. Thank you so much for it. I'm sure everybody else can agree as well to this. So please, guys, give her a round of applause in the comments using the reactions. Please, I need you to do this right now before we move on to the next section. Even like with the question and answers, she took her time to answer everything. I'm sure everyone is really, really excited. Thank you so much, Ma, for this. So we'll quickly move on to the next presenter because of our time. So he has already, he has been speaking throughout the presentation because, the first presentation was just too good and he just had to speak. So I will be introducing him today. So he will be speaking on applying for global remote work, getting that one yes. So our next speaker is no other than Anthony Hines. So Anthony Hines is a senior change management analyst at National Grid United States, who will be sharing tips on how he navigated a 13-month layoff during his career. Wow, interesting. Anthony loves to talk of the things that he did in trying to get a job successfully and recommend same to people. I'm sure this session as well is going to be packed with a lot of value. So please listen, keep your notepads beside you and be ready to, take on everything that he's going to say. And like he said, he will be doing this with Mrs. Omotimirin. So this session is going to be amazing. Who is excited? Please just drop your emojis in the comments. I need to see the excitement, please. And also keep your questions as well for him at the end of the session. And I wish everyone a wonderful time today. Thank you. Mr. Anthony, please, you can take the floor now. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you. My name is Anthony Hines. I've been helping job seekers since 2010, when I myself went through a layoff where I had one interview in 13 months. That's one interview in 13 months. What I said was, I went through a transitional service company that cost my company a lot of money to send me to, that did my resume for me. And that company said to me, they did my resume and they sent me out on interviews and they taught me how to go out. So the first recruiter I went to, I showed him my resume and he looked at me right in the eye and he said, Anthony, not much to work with here. And he threw my resume at me. Okay. At that point, I said to myself, the feeling I feel right now, no one will ever feel once I get back on my feet. Okay. My first IT job that I had, I worked for a major payroll company. I worked for a year and a half, nights. I worked very hard. I worked whenever they wanted me to work overtime. I worked hard, but I came right out of high school and I went in and I took this job. And I worked hard, as I said, for a year and a half. I applied to become a supervisor. The manager said to me, Anthony, you work very hard. We like you very much, but you do not have a college degree, so we will not hire you. That is the only reason why I cannot hire you. Education is something that you never take for granted. At that point, I had to sit back and decide, was I going to put myself through college using my my company benefit, or was I going to do nothing and just become an average person? That was the decision I made because I did not have education. You never, ever, ever discount the value of continued education. That is what makes you you. It is what makes you part of the solution, everyone. You are not anyone's problem. You are the solution. See the city behind me? That is my home city, Boston, Massachusetts, in the United States. In your country, you have many cities like that. See every window behind them? See all the buildings? Within every window, there are many jobs, many, many jobs for you to fill. These are not jobs that are for someone else. They are there for you to take them. But you do not take jobs by a dream. You become your own dream. You become your own superhero. You become your own brand. You become your own super force. No one else. It's time for you now, not anyone else. It's time for you. Become your own brand. McDonald's, right? Burger King, right? Macy's, any company you think of in the world, who are they? They are their brand. You are your own brand. You are your own solution. You have a secret. You know what that secret is? Transferable skills. What skills did you have when you were a child? Maybe you worked on a paper route. You say, what's a paper route? Maybe I delivered newspapers for someone. What's a paper route? Let me tell you what a paper route is. Account management, customer service, stress management, What it is many, many skills that are transferable. It's time management. It's many, many skills that are transferable that you can use for yourself, right? To bring to another position. My point is, do not discount your own skills. Do not discount the skills that you've already gained. When you had to take a test in college, you had to organize your time to study. That's time management. When you had to look and you had to work with other people to bring together groups and you had to work as a group, that is relationship management. Do not discount these items. They are part of your brand. Do you understand? You are not talentless. You already have very good talents. Bring them with you. Bring them with you to your networking. Bring them with you to your conversations. Bring them with you to your relationships. Make those talents everything that you project all of the time, because that is really you. There is nothing I am telling you that you are not. You in life, everyone, you win or you learn. You win or you learn. You never fail. You win or you learn. Remember, everyone, the smart person learns from their mistakes. A smarter person learns from other people's mistakes. Okay? If you have classmates on your LinkedIn profile, you should be putting in all of the group work that you did, all of the recommendations that you recommended other people on your LinkedIn profile because you did great in your classwork together. You recommend them. Just because you are at a stage in life where you're just starting does not mean your recommendations do not matter. They matter just as much. Success is always part of who you are. Drive it, build it, live it, love it. Next, remove negative people from your life. Remove people that are not believing in you. Remember, negativity does not have a part of your life, because there's no value in three things I will give you: guilt, stubbornness, negativity. Three things that have no value. Think of them. They're negative emotions. They don't help you. Okay? Remove anybody who does not believe in you as your solution, or at least diminish their access to you, because this time is about you, no one else. You. Also, instead of thinking about how many times you apply for a job, that number means nothing. What matters is the number one. One company will hire you. That is the number that matters. Making yourself number one. Making yourself understanding and developing yourself so that one company gives you the chance. That's all you need. For all of the applications, for all you're doing, you only need one company. Your country is one of the fastest growing countries. Your region is one of the fastest growing countries and regions in the world. Make yourself part of the solution by being these words. Remember these words: confident, fearless, relentless, persistent. Remember those words, because those are words that are going to make you get what you deserve. Give yourself credit for what you've done. But that said, go out and get what you deserve. Okay? 2 words: credit, deserve. You are to no longer have a voice inside you that tells you anything different than you will be great. You tell that voice to be quiet unless that voice is telling you how great you are. Okay? The voice works with you, or the voice has nothing to say. You are special in all of that you do. You are special in yourself, in your family, in your friends, in your world. So let's widen the net, everyone. Let's make everybody realize how special you are. And how you do that? Believing in yourself. Remember, no one's going to want someone that doesn't believe in themselves. Let's say this. Say you were hiring someone. Would you want someone that did not believe in themselves? Would you want someone that doesn't believe that they are your solution? If you were hiring, don't you want someone that's going to walk in right away and going to say, this is how I'm going to help you? So in your interviews, you're going to tell them how you're going to help them day one, how your time in college brought you the ability to handle stressful situations, the ability to bring people together. Think about how many times in school and in your career, no matter what it's been, you've brought people together. That's a skill. You do not discount these skills. These are all part of what comes with you forever. Understand that? Adeola was my warm-up. I'm coming at you hard, because the reason I'm coming at you hard is because you are not to settle for anything in life. You are not to settle for anything that is not what you deserve. You get what you deserve. You go out, you have worked hard all of these years, whether it be school or community or volunteering or helping your family. That is all hard work. It was not easy. Only you know all of those moments where you said, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. We all get tired, but you keep going. That is your brand. That is who you are. You are not a problem. You are everyone's solution. You are to have companies fighting over you because you're so positive. You get it? Think. You have to say that. I'm not going to take your information. I'm not going to do that for you. The fact of the matter is, I'm not going to make this happen for you. You're going to do it. I cannot do this. Okay? You got to believe in yourself. I cannot do this for you. Okay? I can tell you about so many times that people were supposed to call me and did not call me. I could tell you about so many times that people promised me they would do things and they did not do things. But guess what? You control what you can control. You control what you are about. You wait for no one. Everybody else doesn't matter. You matter. You build, you set your direction, you matter. Okay? I cannot do that for you. You get up every morning, you look in the mirror, and you say, I am going to get what I deserve. In every aspect of your life, you do this. That is what's important. And then what you're going to find that people want to be with you because positivity is infectious. Positivity makes a difference. Positivity is the drug that people need today. It starts with you. I have a podcast, Anthony Hines Job Search and Career Help. It's on all of the podcasts that are out there. You can get my free podcast or you can get subscribe. But the fact of the matter is this. Before you listen to anything I say, you got to believe in yourself. I don't want you to subscribe if you don't believe in yourself. Because I only want people that are special. Special begins with you. It's nobody else. This is not something to be afraid of, everyone. This is something to embrace. Okay? So we want to talk about how to get a remote job. I'm going to give you some tips right now. Let's say you have a Zoom interview. Okay? You're looking at your computer. On the wall in front of you are your notes. In big print are all of the words you don't want to not say, followed by your other notes. That's your advantage. Your notes are right in front of you. They're on the wall in front of you, right behind the computer. Nobody can see those notes. That's how you do it. You put your notes in front of you. If you have a background, you make that background a bookcase, and your diploma and your professional setting, that's your background. If you look on the newscasts, right, watch people that are remote interviews. What do they always have behind them? A bookcase, a library, books. What does that mean? That means learned. That means education. You are subtly being associated with education. You're being subtly associated with success. That's how you're going to impress a company that you are going to apply for a remote job. That's how you're going to do it, by having that background show an educational background. Right? Think about it. If you want a remote job, maybe you want to apply at international companies, IBM, DXC, all of these other companies. The fact of the matter is, these companies are the ones that have US accounts. So the fact of the matter is, they also have accounts from other companies all over the countries all over the world. You don't have to want to come to the US. You could come to Australia. You can go to any country in the world. Maybe you want to get hired by an international company. Maybe you want to volunteer in your community, so that when you volunteer in your community, it's something different you put in your LinkedIn profile that's going to make you impressed by companies because you volunteer. Companies love people that volunteer because they're community oriented. They love people that are well-rounded. Those are the ones that big companies apply and take, right? What extra things did you do when you were in high school, when you were in college? What other volunteering did you do? What things that you're not even realizing were part of you because you just did them? What are your stories? Did you take care of a relative? Don't run from that. Embrace it. It shows responsibility. Taking care of your elderly relatives is something to be embraced. It's something that is great. Why? Because you had a choice not to do these things and you did them. You did what is good. You did what is right. That is your choice. Companies want these people. They're the special people. Aren't you a special person? There is nothing to be afraid of. Your talent is not just what you've been taught in school. Your talent is what has made you you, your experiences. That is what your talent is. You are not clay. You are a sculpture. A sculpture that still can be even more refined, but you are a sculpture. You're not clay. But until you see yourself as a sculpture, there's a risk that other people may see you as clay. Get rid of that risk. Become sculpture in everyone's eyes. Be your own superhero. Okay? Be your own superhero. Because the fact of the matter is that other people see you as that objective, right? They see you as the solution for their issues. You're not a problem. You are their solution. Correct? So because you're their solution, you will fill their job, not just kind of. You'll fill it with great skill because you are a company's solution. Okay? Everything you do is about being the solution. The solution to my low power was I had to plug in my headphones. Did I worry about stopping? No. Because in order for me to speak, I needed to make my headphones work. Did I worry about something small, like a slight amount of time that was quiet? You'll have interviews that are quiet. You'll have quiet time. Can I tell you what to do in a quiet time during an interview? Print out all your LinkedIn recommendations, all of your classmates, all of your friends from school. You should be recommending each other in your LinkedIn profile for the work that you did together, the successes you've had. You print those recommendations. If you have an on-site interview, you bring them and you hand them to the hiring manager during a quiet moment. You let that person see how successful you are. Just because your success is not in an industry does not make that success any less, because that is where you are right now. Show them you are about success in everything you do. Does that make sense? I am not interested in people that do not believe in themselves, because I have too many people I've talked to that want direction to believe in themselves. Your solution starts with your belief that you are great. Not good, not average, great. Sometimes great is not easy, but do you want to be great or do you not want to be great? That's your question. I'm not afraid to be great. I did it. When I started helping job seekers in 2010, all I did was I started writing documents and putting them on my profile to give to people. I did some PowerPoints. I did, I just started. I'm going to tell you about life, everyone. When you look at the pyramids in Egypt, if you walk up to it, it looks so big. But what are the pyramids? A collection of bricks. Bricks laid one at a time. That is what you are about. Your solutions are bricks. Your successes are bricks. Your career is a collection of bricks built one at a time. That is what you do. Nothing to be afraid of. You've already built a ton of bricks. Just build them, bring them together in your LinkedIn profile. If you have a question of whether you should write it, the answer is yes. When in doubt, write it. If you have interests, write your interests. One of my best hires that I've ever had in my professional life was a person who liked anime. It was in his interests because I liked Speed Racer, the cartoon, and Astro Boy, the cartoon, anime. And I said, wow, person likes anime. So my point is I hired one of my best people because they liked anime. Okay? Remember this, everyone. Every time you apply for a job, every time you get a rejection, go out and take a course on LinkedIn. Go out and take a course on Google. Go out and take a course. When you pass that course, put it in your profile. Now, the person you are was not the person that was rejected for that job. Every rejection, you take a course. Okay? You see a rejection, you develop yourself every single time. You look forward to rejections because now it's giving you a chance to develop yourself. It doesn't have to be something professional. It could be developing things like cooking, gardening. That is part of your skill, not just your professional skills, your completeness. You develop yourself to be a garden, a plant in a garden. Your career is a garden. One job is one plant, the next job is another plant. They have different blooms, they have different sizes, they have different things, and you might have weeds, but it's part of your garden. That is who you are. Never try to be someone else. That person's already taken. Embrace who you are, love yourself, and go. Positivity is a secret. Watch people gravitate to you because you are positive. When you go to an interview for any job, remote job, local job, interviews are a conversation. Interviews are a talk. You are not the person in a little chair. The other person's in a big chair. Interviews are a conversation. Just let them know who you are. What is your brand? What is your success? If they ask you, do you have any questions? Maybe you say to them, would you mind if I gave you 3 more reasons why I'm the best fit for this job? Okay. What do you feel now? That is how you ought to feel every day. You are alive at a great time in the world. There is innovation in your country. There is development in your place. There is great, great growth in your region. But success comes to the people that believe in themselves, the ones who see themselves as their own superhero. You watch the Avengers, you watch the Justice League. They're not real superheroes. You are your own superhero. Can you make that happen? You have to answer that. All I can tell you is I looked in the mirror when people disappointed me, and I said, I am going to show the world how to do it. And then they're going to know how to do it. Because I believe that you can make a difference per relationship, per discussion, one by one. Because what do I tell people? I want to end unemployment one person at a time. Not just for the United States, not just Canada, not just Boston, around the world. Why not? You know, people will say to you, why? Why should I? What your word is, why not? Why not me? Why am I not part of the solution? Why am I not going to get the opportunity? I deserve it. And I'm going to tell you how and why I deserve it. Here is what I've done in school. Here are the people I've brought together. Here is my successes. Here is what makes me special. And I believe in myself. And you look in their eyes and you tell them that. Because those are the people that get hired. Right? If you were the hiring manager, who would you hire? Someone that doesn't believe in themselves or someone that does? You answer the question. Right? Every time you're rejected, you take education, something. You put every single thing you pass on your LinkedIn profile. If you're volunteering in your community, I want that all over your profile. If you're mentoring, if you're working in a unique environment, if you're overcoming a challenge, that is who you are. Embrace it. Because that is what makes you wanted by a company, because you don't run from challenges. You don't run from the fire. You run to the fire. Those are the people that get hired. And in your remote interviews for your remote jobs, your notes are going to be on that wall behind that PC. The big font are the words you don't want to forget. Fearless, relentless, perseverance, survivor, success, results driven. I've given you some, you create your own. Your career is nothing to be afraid of. You ought to jump in the pool. See the water behind me? That's the Atlantic Ocean. You ought to jump in the pool. That's your career. You know, when you turn your neck, it hurts. But when you look forward, it doesn't. You're naturally meant to look forward. When you're in your car and you're driving, the rearview mirror is very small. How big is your windshield? Very big. What you are to focus on is what's in front of you. The past is to be learned from, not lived in. Okay? I'm hitting you guys pretty hard today. I know that. I don't care. You know why? Because you want to be taught. You want someone to believe in you. Okay? You show people by believing in yourself how right it is to believe in you. You get it? You show them why they should believe in you. There'll be people that fall by the wayside. Sure. So what? You want to be great? Go get it. Okay, I'll stop there. Couple more minutes. Anybody have any questions? Didn't I tell you I'd make your brain bleed? I told you. What do you think?
Wow, wow, wow. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so, so much, Anthony. I'm sure everybody here is still even trying to write down with one or two things because this session was absolutely amazing. There was a lot to learn from it, and we just want to appreciate you for this. So please, guys, I want you to appreciate Anthony in the comment section with a lot of emojis. Just appreciate him, thank him for what he has done today. You can use the reaction as well, or you can use the comment section to just appreciate him. Please, thank you so much, Anthony.
Now,
you talked
here's
a
the
lot
best
about
part. I got the best part for you. Here's the best part.
Thank you so much. You talked a lot about positivity, so many things for us here. You also talked about practical skills on how to ace, global opportunities, talking about interviews, Zoom interviews, the backgrounds we should use. And you also talked about rejections. We should focus on that. Anytime there's any rejection, we should go ahead to even improve ourselves. It was just mind-blowing. It was really, really amazing, and we just want to thank you for that.
Now,
so I don't know if anyone has any questions, because I've been looking through the comments and I haven't been seeing questions. I've just been seeing a lot of quotes that people are dropping from what they've learned from this session. So
they're fainting. They're fainting. Their brain exploded.
I don't know if we have any questions.
Sure. Before you say that, I have a LinkedIn event every other week. I want to say her name right. Bonmi. She attended my LinkedIn event. Yeah. She'll send you the invite. All you people are invited. I take all of the tips I bring, and I say a lot of the same stuff, but I have other stuff that I bring to that. It's on LinkedIn. Last week we had 540 people.
Yeah. It was a powerful one. So I'm going to be talking about that. I will leave Sheyi to quickly just round up the session. And I'm going to be saying one or two things about this session to the participants, and a message out there to people that were not even able to participate. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Thanks, Emma. All right. So thank you, everyone. Does anyone have any questions, please? Any questions for Anthony? Any questions? Please, you can drop your questions.
I just wanted to say thank you. Sorry, Sheyi. Just wanted to say thank you so much, Anthony. I too, because we are learning every day, I learned a lot from what you said, using LinkedIn recommendations, which is very important at interviews, also believing in yourself. And, it's really true because, a lot of people don't believe they can actually achieve what they actually dream to achieve. You have to believe, and then you have to be a go-getter. Like you said, do not settle for less. You believe you can achieve what you want to achieve. And, that is what a lot of graduates want to hear, because they need to know that a lot of them, they feel too little, they feel too small. Just like you said, all those skills that they have acquired, as doing odd jobs, all those skills that they acquired, they should dwell on it and build on it. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed interview sessions, the quiet time, something that a lot of people don't know, a lot of people don't do.
Yes.
Just quiet and take advantage of it, the recommendations and all. Take advantage of it. These are things that are new. These are things that are not so common. So graduates take advantage of it so they can use this opportunity to get what they want, that dream job. Thank you.
And no problem. If I come back again, you're going to hear a lot of the same things because people need that reinforced in their head all the time. I come at you. I didn't bring a lot of notes and stuff because I want it from the heart. That's who I am. That's what I do. There is nobody else on LinkedIn like me because I just bring it. Here you go. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Because remember, the number is one. Not the applications. One company. You are your own number one. Believe in yourself. One company needs to give you a chance. That's all you need is one. So, is there anyone else? Because I have to go to my next call. Is that okay?
Thank you, Anthony.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Question.
I'll get back to you privately on what we have to do from here. Thank you.
So did I do okay? Did I pass? Did I pass the test?
Excellently well.
Excellently well, definitely.
All right. Thank you. And
you broke the scale, Anthony.
Yeah.
Round of applause for Anthony, please.
Round of applause.
Please give him a round of applause.
On the screen.
I'll send you the invite to April 18th. All you guys and gals can come and listen to me go off for an hour to everybody on LinkedIn, okay?
Okay, someone is asking how we can locate your podcast name.
I would send that. I will attend to that question. Yeah.
All right.
I would send that. Forward that to.
Yeah, I sent all that stuff to you. And
okay.
I just, I don't want to say your name wrong. I hate when people say names wrong, so I don't want to say it wrong. So, because like when my name is Hines, my last name, and people always spell it like the ketchup, and I'm the cake mix. And so the fact is, I hate saying the name wrong, so I don't want to do it. But guys, I'm going to run. Thank you for everything. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you so much. We had so much fun. It was really amazing. Remember, thank you so much for your time.
My last thing I want to tell everyone, whatever problems you have, there are 5 million people that passed away of COVID that wish they had your problems. Okay? Remember that. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Wow, guys. In fact, I'm so excited about this session today, starting from Mrs. Adeola down to Mr. Anthony. They've given us, a packed session, a fun-filled session, a practical session. It was really, really amazing. Even for me, I have my notes here. I have some assignments I know I have to do myself. So it was really, really amazing. So from Mrs. Adeola, she talked to us about aligning our skills. She talked from entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship down to goals, down to how to identify and evaluate our skills. And then Anthony came and wrapped it up with a fantastic, presentation on getting global jobs and also motivating us to look at positivity. So positivity is the secret. So I really believe that we have learned a lot today. And I want to encourage us to, take the assignments, because we're going to be getting assignments after this, to take it very, very seriously, because we have a lot in store for you at Getwork Nigeria. So please, please, please also tell your friends who did not attend today that they need to attend the next one, because it will be explosive. So please, guys, let's do this together. Thank you so much, and celebrate yourself as well for attending this session from the beginning down to the end. So please celebrate yourselves in the comments. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Sherry, for that. Thank you for moderating. Thanks to the speakers. I just want to say this again concerning attendance. It is very, very important. Like I said in the opening session, you are going to get the benefits of the program, the full benefits of the program, if you attend all the sessions, at least 50% of the sessions. We've had 2 already. We have 2 to go. So Anthony Hines is on LinkedIn. He's a global speaker on getting jobs and all that. He has the connection, he has all the tips, he has regular LinkedIn meetings that he has on, I think, on every Tuesday. He's ready to connect with our top participants, our top talents personally. He has given me a word on that, and we are going to be the one that is going to be selecting these top participants. I also want to mention to you that we have some partner companies who are ready to recruit our top participants at the end of this program. And we are taking careful assessment of your participation and your commitment during this program, both on the WhatsApp group, on Zoom, with your activities that you are giving weekly. Those are the ways we are going to be assessing, your commitment to the program. And it is based on those, it is based on your level of commitment that we are going to be recommending you to these partner companies. Already we had people who attended the activity for week 1, and we had very outstanding participants who had attempted the activity for week 1. If you note carefully, you would see that I have some people to chat me up privately on the group. These are people that have performed in an outstanding manner in the week 1 activity, and we're looking forward to you doing. If you've not been in the week 1, if you did not attend the week 1 session, or you were not on the group, we are also giving you opportunity to step up your game. For our week 2 activity, I'll be discussing it on WhatsApp, but I can tell you that it's going to be a repetition of what we've done in week 1. We are going to be giving opportunity to people who have not done their week 1 activity to do it again, and even do it better now, because what the speakers have given to us, the kind of raw materials they've given to us, should challenge you to do better at that activity. If you recall, the activities that were given to you in week 1 has a lot to do with what you are being told to do. It's like giving you the answers to everything you are meant to do for your week 1 activity. So you're going to be repeating the activity again. And I believe this time around is going to be better. And for people who did not have opportunity to do that activity, they are going to be doing it right away, submitting it to our email at info@getworknigeria.com. I'm going to be sharing it on our WhatsApp group. If you don't have the WhatsApp link, or maybe you joined from somewhere you are not on our WhatsApp group, please contact Godwin Smart. Contact the admin, or you can type in the chat box right away so that we'll connect you to the WhatsApp group. Is very, very important, because we have plans for the committed participants at the end of this program. We are taking attendance for all the sessions, and we have plans for you. So I would encourage you not to miss out on anything. On our WhatsApp chat, on our Zoom sessions every Monday at 6 p.m. I would advise that you don't miss out on anything from the beginning to the end of this month. God bless you. I want to thank you all. Sister Yeti, that's what I call her, sorry. Ms. Yetunde Ajibade, I see you. Thanks for being with us as our patron and our co-founder. I see you as well. And I want to thank our special guest, Mr. Omotimirin. I see you. Thanks for your support and allowing your better half to share your time, because this is an after office time. To share your time, share the valuable family time with us. We appreciate and we thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. And I would like to call it a day. God bless you.